3 days ago, a Capricorn woman ignored a phone call that came from a number she didn't recognize. It rang twice, then it stopped. She looked at the screen. Something told her to answer, but she didn't. She thought, if it's important, they'll call back. They didn't. 2 hours later, she received an email from that same number. It was a message from an international firm, one she had applied to many months ago. They were offering her the job she had once dreamed about, a position in a city she loved, a salary she had once prayed for. But in those 2 hours, she had already signed a contract for something else, something smaller, something she didn't want, but felt was safe. Because she didn't answer the call, she missed the moment that could have changed her entire direction. Capricorn, this is not just a story, this is a warning, and it's also a mirror. Because you are about to receive a phone call. It may come from a number you don't know. It may not come at the time you expect. It may not even sound urgent. But behind that ringtone is something much bigger than you realize. A new job, a connection, an answer to something you've been praying for. A path that leads to the life you've secretly wanted, but were too afraid to fully believe in. This phone call is not just communication, it's divine confirmation. Capricorn, you've been asking the universe for a sign. You've asked for change. You've begged for movement. And now, the answer is getting ready to ring. This message you're listening to right now, it found you for a reason. You didn't just stumble upon it. Your soul led you here. Because the opportunity that's coming doesn't wait for fear. It doesn't wait for permission. It comes quickly. And if you're not emotionally and spiritually ready, you may reject the very thing that's meant for you. Comment below right now, I will be ready when the phone rings. Speak it into the comments and speak it into your energy. Let your spirit hear it from your own voice. This is not just a forecast, this is preparation. Something important is coming, and if you miss it, you may not get the same offer again. Capricorn, stay close to your intuition, stay near your phone, and most of all, stay open. Let's begin. Why this call matters more than you think. Capricorn, you've never been the type to rely on luck. You've built your life with steady hands. You've worked harder than most. You've been careful, cautious, and responsible. And because of that, you don't usually believe that one phone call could really change everything. But this time, you need to listen closely. Because this call is not going to arrive with big signs or flashing warnings. There won't be a bright light in the sky. No one will shout your name. Instead, it will come quietly, like most real turning points in life do. You may be in the middle of something simple, washing dishes, taking a walk, or sitting in traffic, and your phone will ring, a number you don't know. And that moment, Capricorn, will matter more than you can imagine. You see, the universe is clever. It often hides the biggest blessings in normal packaging. It places miracles in plain moments to see if you're paying attention. And for you, that miracle may be a voice on the other end of a call. Something in your life has already shifted. You may not see it yet, but spiritually something has changed. Your name has been mentioned in conversations you weren't a part of. Your energy has been noticed by someone who's been looking for exactly what you carry. You're no longer invisible. And that's why this call is important. Because someone is about to think of you and act on that thought. Someone is going to reach out, not out of pity, not out of accident, but because they are supposed to. It could be an employer looking to fill a role they believe only you can handle. It could be a friend from the past who now understands your worth. It could even be a person who has been carrying a message, something spiritual, something confirming, something you need to hear at this exact moment. This call might give you the opportunity you were too afraid to hope for. It might open a door you thought was already closed. It might bring an answer to a question you've been asking silently in your mind every night before sleep. This isn't about being lucky. This is about alignment. Capricorn, you're not receiving this message for no reason. Your energy has reached a level where new things can now find you. And this phone call is a signal, a sign that the time has come for your name to be pulled forward. It's not just a phone call. It's a key, and it unlocks a part of your future you didn't even know was waiting. But you must be ready, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You must be present in the moment when the call comes, not distracted, not doubting, not assuming it's just another ordinary moment, because it's not. This is your cue, and the next sound you hear might be the very thing you've been preparing for your whole life, without even knowing it. The reason Capricorns miss calls that matter. Capricorn, it's time to be real with yourself. You are strong, you are smart, you are careful, but sometimes you are too careful. You want to protect your heart. You want to make the right choice. You want to be sure before you move. But in trying to stay safe, you often miss what is meant for you. This is why Capricorns sometimes miss important calls, because they overthink. You tell yourself, it's probably nothing. It can wait. I don't know this number, so I won't answer. Or, if it's serious, they'll try again. But that mindset, that's the reason doors have stayed shut. That's the reason opportunities have passed by quietly while you were waiting for a louder sign. Capricorn, you have a habit of needing proof before believing. But some blessings don't come with a warning. They come with a moment. And if you pause too long, that moment is gone. You've built strong walls around your emotions. And yes, those walls have protected you. But they've also trapped you. They've kept out pain, yes. But they've also kept out possibility. You've trained yourself to be independent, which is a gift. But now you've forgotten how to let others help. You've forgotten how to let God help. You want signs, but when they show up, you question them. You want movement, but when the shift comes, you hesitate. Capricorn, this phone call won't wait for you to feel perfectly ready. It will come suddenly. It may even come at an inconvenient time. You might be tired, busy, distracted. But the call won't care. It's not about your schedule. It's about your spirit being open. This call is spiritual. It's emotional. It carries weight. And if you dismiss it as just another number, you may miss something that was meant to finally move your life forward. Trust isn't easy for you. You've been hurt. You've been disappointed. You've watched people walk away, and you've taught yourself to depend on no one. But this call is not coming to hurt you. It's coming to open you. It will require you to do something unfamiliar, to answer without knowing what's on the other end, to listen before deciding, to leap even when you don't see the landing. And yes, that's scary, but it's also necessary. Because if you keep waiting for everything to make perfect sense before you act, you'll keep missing the imperfect moments that hold perfect meaning. Capricorn, you are not unworthy. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. But if you keep doubting what's real, you'll keep living as if nothing real ever happens for you. This phone call is your test, not just of readiness, but of faith. So this time, when it rings, don't explain it away. Don't delay. Don't wait for it to call again, because some calls come only once. And the moment you pick it up, your life will start to change. Waitrose is calling, and why now? Capricorn, this is the part you've been wondering about. Who is calling? Why now? And why does it feel like something big is finally coming? Let's go deeper. This phone call is not random. It's not coming out of the blue. It has been forming in the background of your life, slowly, quietly, and carefully. It's been building while you were focused on survival. It's been getting ready while you were doubting if anything would ever change. For months, maybe even longer, someone has had your name on their mind. They've been remembering your energy. They've been rereading your messages. They've been looking at your old work, your old profile, your past conversations. They didn't forget you. They were just waiting for the right moment. This person may be an employer who once passed you over, but now realizes you're the perfect fit. A mentor who suddenly feels a push to reach out again, guided by something spiritual. A friend who is standing at a new door of opportunity, and they want you to walk through it with them. Or maybe even a family member holding news that could shift your living situation, your income, or your emotional foundation. They're not calling just to check in. They're not calling to waste your time. They're calling because something they know or something they hold is now connected to your next step. This is why the timing matters. This phone call is tied to an emotional cycle that is coming to an end in your life. A cycle where you felt like people forgot about you, where you felt ignored, where you watched others move forward while you stood still. A cycle where your voice didn't feel heard, where your worth was hidden, where your potential had no place to shine. But that chapter is closing now. Not because you pushed harder, but because the energy around you has shifted. The universe is now positioning you for something new. And this phone call, it's your signal. It's the universe tapping your shoulder and saying, "You're next." Capricorn, this is not about luck. This is about timing. This is about alignment. You didn't force this. You didn't chase it. You didn't beg for it. But your growth, your quiet work, your patience, it created a vibration. And that vibration has reached someone who was meant to hear it. Now they're ready, and they're picking up the phone. But here's the key. You must be spiritually awake to receive it. Because if you're too deep in old disappointment, you may ignore the new invitation. If your mind is still stuck in past rejections, you may assume this call is just another letdown. If your heart is still guarding old wounds, you may shut the door before you know what's behind it. So take a moment and breathe. Recognize that this isn't just another day. This is the season where someone important is preparing to reach you. And when they do, what they say could open up a new future, one that was always meant for you, but only ready now. What the phone call will bring. Capricorn, let's speak honestly now. This phone call is not coming to keep you where you are. It is coming to move you. It may shake your comfort zone. It may ask you to take a risk. It may come with words that make your heart beat faster, not from fear, but from the weight of what's finally arriving. You've worked so hard to keep everything in place. You've made plans, you've built routines, and you've held things together when they were falling apart. But this phone call might not fit into the neat boxes you've created. It might ask you to say yes to something bigger, something you've wanted, but were scared to admit you wanted. Something you hoped for in secret, but buried because you thought it would never happen for you. Capricorn, this call may challenge you. It may show up with an offer that doesn't match your current life, but matches your future purpose. It could be a job that's far away from what you're doing now. A position that feels too big for who you think you are, but is perfect for who you've actually become. An invitation that asks you to leave behind the version of yourself that played small just to survive. And yes, it may interrupt your schedule. It may not come at a convenient time. It may ask you to make fast decisions, but deep down, you'll feel it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Because this phone call carries more than opportunity. It carries clarity. That kind of clarity that makes everything finally make sense. The kind of clarity that brings peace to your confusion. The kind of clarity that wipes away years of wondering, worrying, and wandering. Capricorn, this call might be the yes you've needed, the approval, the answer, the green light. Maybe you've been hearing no for too long. Maybe life has told you to wait, to pause, to stay in line. But now, the universe is about to say, go. And it's going to do that through a voice on the other end of that call. It might be an employer. It might be a leader. It might be someone you don't even know yet. But the message will feel personal. It will feel timed perfectly, and it will feel undeniably aligned. You won't need to convince yourself. You won't need to ask 20 people for advice, because your body, your spirit will already know. This is not just another call. It is a turning point. It's the bridge between where you've been stuck and where you are finally allowed to move. It is the sign that you're not being overlooked anymore, that you've been chosen, that your moment is now. So when it comes, listen, not with your ears only, but with your gut, with your intuition, with the part of you that's been quietly hoping and silently preparing for this very shift. Capricorn, that quiet voice inside you will whisper, "This is it." How past calls have been blocked. Capricorn, let's pause and look back for a moment. Let's reflect, not to judge yourself, but to understand where you've been and what you've been missing. How many times has something tried to reach you, but you didn't answer? How many opportunities were sent your way, but you dismissed them before even exploring what they were? How many phone calls have you ignored because the number wasn't saved, or the timing felt off, or your mood said, "Not now"? Capricorn, some of your greatest blessings tried to show up before, but they were blocked. Not by others, not by the universe, but by fear, by doubt, by the need to be in control all the time. You said no to things before asking what if. You walked away before listening fully. You closed doors without peeking through them, because you didn't want to be disappointed again. And that's okay. You were protecting yourself. You were choosing safety. You were trying to avoid repeating past mistakes. You thought you were being practical, but in truth, you were being cautious in the name of fear. Capricorn, your past is filled with moments where you chose the familiar path, even when your heart begged for something different. You stuck to routines. You ignored gut feelings. You brushed off those small nudges from your intuition. The truth is, your spirit knew when something was meant for you. You felt the tug. You felt the pull. You felt the pause in your chest that told you to stop and listen. But you didn't, because fear was louder than your calling. Fear disguised itself as logic. It told you, stay where it's safe. Don't risk it. Don't trust this. Wait for another time. But the universe doesn't always offer second chances. And the longer you wait, the further the moment drifts. Capricorn, it's time to stop blocking what is yours. It's time to stop filtering every opportunity through the lens of fear. It's time to open yourself to receive without needing to fully understand everything first. Because this phone call, it is not like the others. This is not spam. This is not distraction. This is not a test of your patience. It is a correction. This call is karmic. It comes to set right what was missed. It comes to bring back what was once delayed. It comes to return what fear pushed away. But you must be different now. You can't approach this the same way you did before. You can't let your old habits decide for the new version of you. Capricorn, if you don't face the fear that made you ignore the last door, you will reject this one too, even if it's perfectly meant for you. And this time, you'll feel it. You'll feel that ache of missing something again, that quiet pain of wondering, was that it? Did I just let it slip by? So let this be the moment you stop blocking the blessing. Let this be the chapter where you listen, where you lean in, where you say, this time, I will not repeat the past. Because the call that's coming, it's not a mistake. It's the one you've been waiting for, without even knowing it. Signs the call is close. Capricorn. Before the phone rings, your spirit will already know. The signs don't show up on your screen first. They show up in your body, in your thoughts, and in the small shifts around you that most people overlook. But you'll start to feel them. You might notice your sleep changing. You may toss and turn at night, not from stress, but because your soul is becoming more alert. You might dream of hearing a phone ring. You might see yourself answering messages in your dreams, or feeling rushed like you're missing something. These are not ordinary dreams. They're spiritual previews. They are quiet reminders that something is coming. You may suddenly feel the need to clean up your environment, your room, your desk, your phone, even your schedule. You won't know why, but you'll feel like clearing things. It's because your spirit knows something new needs space. And without you realizing it, you're preparing. You'll notice people start talking about unexpected phone calls. Maybe someone tells you they just got a life-changing offer. Maybe a friend randomly says, I had a weird call today. Or someone will bring up jobs, interviews, sudden moves, out of nowhere. Pay attention. These are spiritual echoes, messages from the universe using other people's voices to get your attention. You may keep seeing the same number sequence like 1111, 333, or 777, especially when you think about your future. These numbers are not a coincidence. They are cosmic codes, reminding you that timing is lining up. Sometimes the signs feel physical, a tight feeling in your chest before your phone lights up. A sudden chill when thinking about someone you haven't heard from in a while. Or a gut feeling that tells you something's about to shift. Your energy field picks up on divine movement before your senses do. That's how you'll know this isn't just another week. It's the week your spirit starts waking up again. Capricorn, change does not always knock. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it tiptoes into your life through soft signs and subtle patterns. The reason your mind is feeling restless is because your soul already started moving. It's already walking toward the moment the call arrives. And no, these signs aren't random. They are preparation. They are like spiritual alarms going off softly in the background, trying to get you ready. They're telling you, don't put your phone on silent. Don't ignore your voicemail. Don't brush off the strange dreams. And don't pretend that nothing is happening, because something is. Stay alert. Stay close to your inner voice. Stay connected to your space. Capricorn, when the universe is ready to deliver something, your soul always gets the message first. Prepare to answer. Capricorn, the call is coming, and when it does, you need to be ready. Not just with your phone, but with your heart. Start by silencing the noise around you. Turn down the voices of doubt. Step away from distractions and breathe. You can't hear direction when your mind is too loud. Be open when the phone rings. Even if the number is unknown, even if the timing feels strange, don't let fear pick up the call for you. Write down your top 3 goals. Keep them near you, so when the opportunity comes, you'll recognize it. Clarity attracts alignment. Pray for guidance. Say, let me see what's for me, even if I don't understand it right away. This is not about being afraid of missing something. It's about being ready to receive it. Capricorn, real change doesn't shout. It speaks gently, and it waits for you to listen. Stay ready, because when that phone rings, it won't just be a call. It will be your confirmation. If you don't answer, Capricorn, some calls only come once. If you ignore this one, it may not come back. Not because you're being punished, but because some moments are designed to move quickly. Missing this call could leave you wondering, was that my chance? Did I just pass up something I was praying for? You may feel uneasy for days, restless, disconnected, like something important slipped through your fingers. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you. The opportunity that's coming has been sent with your name on it. But if fear answers instead of faith, you could delay what's already yours. Capricorn, you've waited long enough. Don't let hesitation become the reason you stay in the same place. This time, when the phone rings, answer. Your moment is calling, Capricorn. The waiting season is ending. The phone will ring, and when it does, don't doubt, don't delay. Everything you've prayed for, worked for, and hoped for could be on the other end of that call. Stay present, stay grounded, stay ready. Comment below one more time. I'm ready to receive the call that changes everything. And if this message touched your spirit, make sure you're here for the next one. Because more confirmations are coming. Your moment is calling. Make sure you pick up.